Hi, I'd like to welcome everyone to a brand new school year, our 2021-2022 pre-K school year. A nice big year for all your kids right before kindergarten. For those of you who don't know me, I'm Miss Ari and I'm in the blue pre-K room. And we're so excited to welcome your kids this school year on Monday. I'm hoping I get to see them on Thursday for our Meet the Teacher. But if you can't make it, it's not a big deal. I will absolutely be happy to welcome them on Monday. For those of you who don't know me, this is my 17th, I think, year at MATS, my 14th year teaching pre-K. I love this program. I firmly believe in this program and I stand behind it. My kids have gone through this program. I have a degree in elementary education, my CDA in preschool and toddlers, and lots of experience. I have my own 8-year-old who started third grade last week and a kindergartner who was in the program last year and started kindergarten last week as well. So I've been in your shoes. This year, we also get to work with a great team of people. Miss Beth will be in our room, Miss Lori will be in our room, and Mr. Eric. Miss Beth and Miss Lori have been with MATS for many years. I've worked many years with both Miss Beth and Miss Lori, and they are wonderful teachers. Mr. Eric just started with us, but it is not his first year teaching children. He's been a camp counselor for many years as well. So I'm really excited about the team of people that get to work with your kids this year. They are in good hands, and I'm really sure that the flow in this room is going to be great. That being said, this is a really big year for your kids. Sorry, I have my notes down here. It's very awkward kind of doing this through the computer, and I would really love to have you in the classroom so that you could see the classroom as well, but COVID dictates otherwise. So with that being said, we are going to try and have as normal as a year as possible for you and your children, but try and be as safe as possible as well. We are mask friendly. We are pro-mask. Your teachers will be in masks every day. That is MATS policy. And if you want to send your kids to school in masks, absolutely. The kids, it really doesn't bother them. They don't really know that it's there, and they see their friends do it and they kind of want to do it too. And we'll give them gentle reminders to pull it up if that's what you want us to do. And we definitely do mask breaks. We take them off for snack, obviously, and for lunch, and when we go outside. So whatever kind of rules you follow at home, you want us to do at school, we can do that. Okay, just let me know, pull me aside, or send me a quick message on the Classroom Dojo, and we will absolutely try and work with you as best we can with that. Last year I had a bunch of kids who wore masks, and we were very lucky in our classroom and very safe, and there were no issues whatsoever, and the kids were really good about it. So with that being said, let's move on from masks and COVID, and let's try and get through this. There's a lot of information for pre-K. It's a big year for them, not only academically, but really more socially and emotionally. I like to say that the social skills that they learn this year, their pre-K year, are the skills that they're going to take with them into elementary school, into middle school, into high school, college, and the workplace. The more comfortable and confident we can get them this year in themselves, the better off they will be. We want them to be making new friendships. We want them to be stepping out of their comfort zones and feel safe about it, but really try and get them to do things maybe that they wouldn't necessarily be comfortable doing, and kind of, get them more comfortable in their own skin. And they have big emotions this year as pre-K kids, so we're going to try and help them learn how to deal with those emotions and, safely and, in a community of other kids where they're not the only one. A lot of these kids are very used to, being the only one or in a small group of kids. And when you're in pre-K and kindergarten next year, that's not kind of the case. And so they have to learn how to deal with that as well. One of the main things that we like to teach in this room are those big self-help skills, because the less help that they need next year in this area from their teachers, the better off they'll be. Putting on their jackets, taking out and emptying out their school bags and packing up their school bags. Being able to open up their own snacks and their own lunch boxes gives them more time to eat during lunch next year in kindergarten. So we're really going to try and focus on a lot of that stuff. The academics as well. But a lot of these self-help skills are going to be, we're going to work on them a lot in the beginning so that they can, be as efficient and confident in their skills as possible. Let me just check my notes. Here we go. We want them to learn to speak up for themselves and to know that it's okay to ask questions if they don't understand something. But also learn how to wait their turn and, not speak impulsively. There's a lot of waiting to learn, of turn taking in pre-K, sitting on the carpet and, raising your hand to answer a question. We try and get all those skills in so that they know what they're doing next year in kindergarten. It just helps the classroom function a little bit better as well. With that being said, I'm not 100% sure if Nancy is sending these home in folders or if she's going to email them to you, but I like to go off of this. It gives us a little bit of an agenda to kind of talk through so that you can know where I am as well. We do have a daily routine. Your kids will come in, they will wash hands, unpack their bags, turn themselves in, and then we'll have some center time at the tables for them to kind of play with. And then once everybody's here, carpool runs from 9:15 to 9:45. If you are daycare in here before, your children will just be dropped off at the room by 9:15. When they do arrive and everybody's here and kind of settled and we've unpacked bags and seen how, their morning is and how they're doing, we'll call them to the carpet and kind of do a morning meeting. Talk about what's going to happen during the day, how everybody's night was last night, and then kind of break and let them play. And during that playtime is when myself and another teacher will kind of split out and do some more one-on-one, one-on-two small group work with them so that we can kind of see and gauge where they are. And this goes throughout the whole year. We'll free play for like that hour, let them kind of go into the different centers in the classroom and let them play, use their imagination and build those social skills. But then we'll also take them to do at the tables, letter page or a project or, some type of skill at the table that we need to work in small groups with that really enhances the skills that they're doing. After that, we'll break and we'll do either maybe a story or do snack time. Snack time is normally around 10:45, 11 o'clock in the morning. We have a little bit of a later lunch. So we'll do snack, and then we're going to ask that you send snack every day and that it's packaged separately from their lunch or labeled that it's their snack, just so that it helps the teachers and your child know what their snack is and what their lunch is. That way they can be as independent as possible. We ask that everything is labeled, their water bottles, their lunch boxes labeled with first and last name so that there's no confusion. And just while we're on the food issue, we are a peanut, tree nut free facility. So please make sure that anything you send in is labeled and there are no peanuts or tree nuts in the ingredient list. If they are, we will have to send it home. I have a sticker, it will tell you. And normally I keep something else in the classroom just in case, because I get it totally. As a mom, you're not paying attention sometimes, or you just slip and forget, or your child throws something in their lunch bag that you don't realize is in there. No big deal. And then just all Tupperware, forks that you send in, any reusable containers have to be labeled with their first and last name as well, so that there's no confusion, so that, somebody doesn't go home with somebody else's Tupperware. Mistakes happen. It happens. Nobody's perfect. I will tell you, sometimes we leave water bottles in the cubbies. Sometimes they go home with the wrong. We just ask that if it does, you send it back in so that we can fix the problem. Okay, so after snack, we'll do like a circle time. During circle time, we cover calendar. We talk about the days of the week, the months of the year, the seasons, how many days are in a week, any special events or current events that are going on during that month or upcoming. We will do the Pledge of Allegiance and talk about, current events in our country. Sometimes little kids have big questions, so we try and answer them the best that we can. We count to 100 days during circle time, and then we'll have a party for the 100th day of school. And we also talk about the weather. Everybody loves the weather. It's one of those things that everybody can bring their own experience to. So the kids really love to be the meteorologist and go outside and check the weather. So we'll talk about that stuff. And And then normally after circle time, we'll do some more table time, whether it be centers or groups or whole group activity. We do try and move to that whole group activity so that they can learn how to listen in a whole group. So it's a hard skill to learn. Listening to directions and following directions with, sometimes 15 other kids, 20 other kids in the room. We're not at 20 this year, so we should be okay. But I've had groups of 20 kids, and we do it. We start more the beginning of the year with small group and one-on-one, but then as the year goes on, we transition more to whole group activities. After tables, we normally have gym around 12 o'clock. That's what it's been for me in the past. I don't foresee it changing this year, but we'll see what happens. Gym, and we have a gym teacher this year, so we'll be doing sports some days, gymnastics some days. It's a really nice program. After gym, we come back, we have lunch at around 12:30, 12:45. By the time we wash hands and clean up and go to the bathroom. And then after lunch, it's quiet time, quiet reading, puzzles, quiet table toys, and then we go outside at 2 o'clock and then spend the rest of the day outside. I dismiss from outside. You will get more information on dismissal. I'm not 100% sure how we are dismissing this year, if it's going to be carpool, or last year my parents parked and walked up to the gate to pick up their children. So we'll see how that works. I will have more definitive information for you before school starts on Monday. But it's a lot of fun in pre-K. We have a lot of celebrations and parties. We celebrate everything because really we want the kids to enjoy coming to school. We want to build that love of learning and that love of school this year. Really make it fun because they have a lot of school left to go. So moving on from that, we can talk a little bit about the academic piece. We are very academic. We work with your child. And we try and challenge your child. So if we see that, your child is really doing really well with letter recognition and phonemic awareness, those letter sounds, then maybe we'll move more onto those sight words with them a little bit earlier. We do a letter every week, and we do a different theme every week. The letter of the week follows the Handwriting Without Tears program. We really like the way that program teaches children how to write the letters and how it builds off of each letter. So we start with the letter F, and then from the letter F we go to the letter E because it's the same pencil strokes from top and the same wordage we use. So top to bottom, jump to the top, across, and then the letter E is the same thing. Top to bottom, jump to the top, across, jump to the middle, across, jump to the bottom, across. And so the letters kind of build off of each other. And then for letter sounds, we use the Foundation program. We kind of use a little bit of both. And we like that there is a word and a picture that goes with the letter that we're doing. So everybody in your folders, when I send them home, you'll get these and you can practice this with your child. Most kindergartners, most elementary schools will use the Foundations program, and it's just A, apple, A, B, bat, B, C, cat, C, and it just really gives them a concrete piece of knowledge, a picture to go with a very abstract letter that they're trying to create from space. So we really like the Foundations program for that. I did say there was homework. You will get a letter of the week. This will come home the Friday before we do the letter. And your job, either over the weekend or anytime during the week, is to sit with your child and find pictures, whether it be on the internet, and then put them into a document, or sit with workbooks that you buy from Target or Staples or Amazon, or have them draw pictures or cut out of a magazine. Have your child cut out these pictures. Sometimes when you highlight around the picture and give them a line, it's a little easier, and glue them onto the picture. Okay. It's a nice way to practice doing homework next year for kindergarten. And then again, it lets you see where your child's skills are. So, when I come to you and I say, so-and-so seems to be having a problem with, their scissor skills or their letter sounds. Are you seeing this at home? You can understands what I'm talking about because you are seeing it as well. Or maybe you're seeing something completely different, and then we need to have a conversation to see, how we can fix this. So there is this homework, and then halfway through the week, there will also be another sheet of homework. It's just letter tracing and coloring, again, to start a nice routine for you and your family with homework skills, and then also to show you where their tracing skills are and their coloring skills are. We really try and develop those fine motor skills for them this year. So there is that homework. And then this homework, if you hand all of them in, we make an alphabet book, keepsake book for you at the end of the year that you'll get at graduation. All right, so there is a graduation at the end of the year. More information on that will be given out more towards the spring. I think there are tentative dates on the calendar. Block those off. It is done class by class. It is not all together. And then there is a pre-K package that we offer that has like the cap and gown and the yearbook. All year I will be taking pictures, and then we put it together in a yearbook for you. Okay. Let's see what else. I have to check my notes. We will send home monthly newsletters just to give you a peek at the month, to show you what the letter of the week is, the theme of the week, the sight word of the week, any upcoming events or any special attire that you have to wear. We're big on trying to bridge that school family, involvement, and we'll say we're celebrating Penguin Day tomorrow, so maybe you and your child can go home and look for black and white clothing and come in dressed as a penguin the next day. So there is a lot of that. During color week, we wear all the different colors during the week. We have a rainbow week where we wear rainbow colors. So just be prepared. And I'll try and send you a reminder on the Class Dojo either the night before or the morning of that we're supposed to do something special like that. I will send out weekly recaps and upcoming events on the Class Dojo. Class Dojo is going to be one of the best tools for us to use for communication this year. You can message me directly and nobody else can see it, and vice versa. Or I can blast out the whole class. I will post pictures on the Class Dojo of things going on in the classroom. I will send reminders and try and do clarifications and all that stuff. So if you don't have a Class Dojo account, call Mats, and Mats can help you set you up with that and link you to our classroom. Let's see. We are going to attempt, we used to do field trips in the past, and we did not do field trips last year because of COVID. So I think that's kind of still up in the air. We're going to try because we want to try and get back to some normalcy, and we're going to weigh the odds and see what's safest and what's not. So there will be further communication about that. So we'll hold off on talking about field trips at the moment. I do special snack every week with to go with the theme of the week, or if there's a special event going on with the theme. So when we talk about families in a couple of weeks, we'll all make houses, and we'll put the correct number of teddy bears in our house for the number of people that live, like Teddy Grahams, things like that. If your child has any dietary restrictions, or if you have any issues with any of that, please get in touch with me, and we could try and make some modifications. I try and be as inclusive as possible. So, the earlier we speak about some of these things, the better. And that going forward, if you have any questions, concerns, problems, anything, you can either call Mats and get in touch with me that way, or message me on the dojo. And again, like I said, I will try and get back to you in a reasonable amount of time. I do have kids at home so normally if I do get back to you, it will be after bedtime, unless it's an emergency situation, or definitely before school starts the next morning. That way there's an answer. So I try my best to get back in a timely fashion. I just need you to work with me a little bit. Let's see what else. There will be after school classes this year, those 2:45 classes if you're interested. I believe Miss Nancy has a schedule of classes that she has. So if you're interested, you can give the front desk a call. I want to say they're gymnastics classes, dance gymnastics classes, sports gymnastics. There may be an art class this year. So a nice arrangement of different things. We're almost done. Don't turn me off yet. There are a few things that we ask you to send in the first week of school if you can. Just makes life a little bit easier. We're going to ask for a family picture. We do a craft with the family picture. So if you could try and send that in, that would be great. An individual picture that I post in their cubby to try and make it a little bit more theirs. We ask for at least two packages of wipes, a box of tissues, and a change of clothes. Sometimes it's not a bathroom accident. Sometimes it's a friend sitting next to them that spills water or pudding on them. So a change of clothes is really, really important. Please label each piece of clothing with their first and last name, and put it in a shoebox or one of those like Rubbermaid containers. You decorate with stickers. Just make sure their first and last name is on it. I would suggest 2 shirts, 2 pants, 2 undies, and 2 pairs of socks. Don't forget the socks. And then throughout the year, we'll, touch base with you if you want to send in or replace, or if we think something's getting a little too small, we'll touch base with you. We also ask for $30 in class funds because that goes towards any special art supplies or the special snack that we do. Just put that in an envelope labeled with your child's name, and then we'll take care of that as well. Let's see, we go outside every day, weather permitting, so please make sure to dress your child appropriately. Sneakers are a big plus if you can. Flip-flops are dangerous, especially on the playground. I won't let your child up on the equipment if they have sandals on. So sneakers are really best. Hats, gloves, if you want to throw an extra hat and a pair of gloves in your child's extra box, you can do that as well. Let's see, I even take them out in the snow, so just to get the experience. So we definitely go out as often as possible. Let's see, we do love to celebrate birthday parties. Like I said, we are a party happy classroom. If your child's birthday is around the corner or coming up, or we're going to celebrate in the school year, which we will celebrate all, because we'll celebrate summer birthdays at the end of the school year. We'll ask you to pick a date. And just make sure if you're sending in, they have to be prepackaged and they have to be from a peanut, tree nut free facility. So Oreos, Rice Krispies, ice cream cups, ice pops, ice cream pops, any of that stuff is all fine. Let's see, we're almost done. Lunch we covered already. If you have any questions, please don't hesitate to ask. Oh, Scholastic. I am a big, big proponent of Scholastic books. These little flyers, I will send them home once a month, and you can order discounted books through this company and they will deliver them to my classroom, and then I can send them home. So I will send these home every month, and the more you order, the more free stuff we get for the classroom and for the kids. So this is a really, really good deal. I'd much rather you do, like if you're looking to reward your child, let them pick out a book from Scholastic. And I would much rather you do books. Okay, I think that covers everything. I hope that covers everything. We do progress reports. I'm looking at my notes. We do progress reports and conferences. We'll do a brief progress report in the beginning of the year, kind of, and then touch base with everyone just to make sure, see how everybody's doing. We do more hardcore progress reports halfway through the year, and then we do sit-down conferences where you schedule a time and, we'll Zoom chat over it. That's how we did it last year. And I will be sending home a blue folder in your child's backpack. Please use that folder every day. We will send home paperwork and projects and notices in that blue folder. Anything that needs to come back to school, you put in the blue folder, and we'll make sure to check it and take it out. Sometimes we miss it. We try not to, but sometimes we will, but we'll do our best to keep on top of it. Okay. All right, that was a lot of information. I'm hoping I covered everything. I'm looking forward to an excellent school year. I know I'm excited. I know the rest of the teachers are excited. I hope your children are excited. I hope you're excited. It's a big step, especially before kindergarten next year. So if you have any questions, concerns, or anything after this video, we have our Meet the Teacher Thursday. You can ask me then while we're out on the playground, or you can shoot me a message on the Class Dojo once that's finally up and set and working. Otherwise, we'll see you soon, and we're looking forward to the first day of school on Monday. Have a great afternoon. Bye.